And here we go. We have liftoff. Propulsion continues to be hard enough. Our chamber pressure looks good. Power up. Power supply. Music, it's orange. Oh my God. Oh my God. Look at that. Put that in the big bag. 343 unfolds to go and we rise together. Back to the moon and beyond. There's nothing to be igniting in the flare. Correct. Yank. We don't need any more of these. The start of a very fun Sunday because this is going to the International Space Station. A very important mission in its own right, but it is the pre-game show to the big game in town, which is the Starship launch later on today. Well, we're not going to ignore this one because it is an important mission. It's going from Slick 40 on a Falcon 9 with its cargo dragon. Nobody messed up the cargo dragon bit there. But to talk about this mission, we have a lot of help. First of all, in the background, we've got Kevin Michael reproducing assisted by Carson, and we've also got on commentary, Alex. Hello, Alex. Hello, Chris. How's it going? It's going splendidly. This is a very strange time of day for us both. But there we go. 'Cause you're thinking, oh, it's a very good time for Europeans. Unfortunately, we're all American time zones these days, so that's how it works. It's kind of weird. Yeah. But also out in the field, we have Julia. Hello, Julia. Well, hello there, Chris. I am out in the field here at Kennedy Space Center press site. And yeah, it's kind of interesting being an American amongst the Europeans tonight, but happy pre-game to Starship indeed. And we're also joined by Jerry. I don't know if Jerry talks on these streams, so I'm going to just talk a little bit and see if he unmutes. And if he doesn't, I'll know he's mainly focused on the visuals. But there we go. Jerry is out there. So at least I've mentioned him. That's the main thing. You know the routine by now. It's the same as every stream we do. Press your return key. It goes into our wonderful panel. And our panel is something we click on and then answer the questions. I did notice though before we even started the stream, we had some support, and I want to make sure I thank those people because they were doing it probably not thinking they're going to get a shout out. Well, I'm going to give you a shout out. Here we go. We've got someone with Chinese symbols. So, I'm not going to even try and pronounce that, but became a PADRAP member. Welcome. The Cosmic Nebula first, technically second, but I'll let you have that because it was 4 hours ago. Very much appreciate your support. Mike Olson became a PADRAP member and Rick V became a Launch Director member, which one of our highest levels. So, that's very much appreciated. I tell you what, Alex, what we'll do now, let's give a little preview on what this mission's about, then, shall we? Yeah. So, this is the CRS-33 mission. This is the 33rd operational flight of Dragon, the cargo dragon, going to the International Space Station carrying supplies. What? Laughter. Breaking news. First of all, that caught me by surprise. That is a current view of where the ISS is right now. The International Space Station is currently somewhere west of Australia, probably around the same time that we want Ship 37 to end up tomorrow. But yeah, so right now that's where the ISS is. It's going to take another 54 minutes until we actually get a launch of Falcon 9 with the CRS-33 mission carrying around 5,000 pounds of cargo to the ISS. It's, in metric that will be 2,300 kilograms to the ISS. And they're carrying lots of different experiments and whatnot. But I'm really interested about the thing that is on the trunk on this mission because this Dragon mission is special. It is specially modified to carry a boost kit as they call it. So the trunk on this mission carries extra propane tanks, an extra pressurization tank, and 2 Draco thrusters. And it's going to be used to reboost the station to be able to save a little bit of propellant from the Progress spacecraft. We probably will talk a bit more in detail about why they need to save that propellant, but yeah, It's part of this process of them trying out a little bit of new stuff, and that will help them be able to develop the United States deorbit vehicle, essentially the deorbit vehicle that it's going to be used by NASA to deorbit the ISS in about 5 years or so from now. But yeah, this is more or less what the mission is all about. Of course, Falcon 9 will be doing its own things. Well, as usual, the first stage will be returning back to a drone ship. The second stage will be inserting Dragon into orbit. The usual stuff. Yeah, it's kind of interesting that when they did the presser, which is what we call it in the media language, where they do a press conference and basically where the media ask the officials questions, they were talking about this reboost capability. I did see a question about from 98 Central, will this mission raise the orbit of the ISS? If so, what thrusters will be used? Alex, if I remember Ryan Caton's wonderful scripting of some of the most pertinent answers, they have the capability, but they're not planning to raise the ISS via Dragon on this mission. Is that right? They are absolutely planning. Yeah. So, yeah, it's the other way around. It carries this boost kit precisely because so I'm going to tell the whole story. At one point, they want to deorbit the ISS, and what they want to do is keep a lot of propellant on the Russian side of the ISS. And Progress is the one that carries that propellant up, and then it is loaded on this Vesta module, which is the one that has the engines. I think the Siri module, one of the other Russian modules, also has a little bit of propellant storage capabilities, and they can transfer that to Vesta. But primarily, and in order to do that, they need to reserve the propellant on those Progress vehicles. So, to conserve the propellant on those Progress, they are instead using Dragon for reboosts. And they're going to be performing a few reboosts over a span of a few months. It's in fact going to be the longest cargo mission for Dragon up on the ISS. It's going to be staying up until December. So it's going to be a very long cargo mission for Dragon, and it's going to stay up there reboosting the station for a few months. That's going to let them save some of that propellant on the Russian side to help later on many years down the line to be able to deorbit the ISS along with the US deorbit vehicle. I will say I've got an excuse for misreading Ryan's notes, which I obviously misread. It's because Jared Isaacman, who is very active in replies and liking our post on X, bless him, because he's a great guy, he actually replied saying more powerful dragons. He supports more powerful dragons. And it really is a case of more powerful dragons because of the capability that's providing.